Dear students, I hope all of you are doing good. In the last session, I have started with the concept of staffing, which is one of the important functions of management. So I have clearly mentioned staffing is nothing but right person for the right job. So here we are going to select the right person for that particular job, and even we have discussed what are the importance of that staffing, because as I already said, any organization for that matter, the base or the foundation of that organization is the skilled or the talented employees. They are the real assets of any organization. So for that matter, if the organization has the skilled or the potential skilled employees, so it will surely result in the better performance of the organization or good performance of the organization. And we have seen what are the importance of this staffing. So staffing, it helps to select the competent person, and also if we select a competent person, his performance will be also more, it results in the higher performance, as well as it will result in the survival and growth of the organization, and also we can have the optimum utilization of human resources, and even we can expect the increased morale or job satisfaction in that particular employee. So these are all the importance of the staffing. And in today's session, let us discuss the staffing process. So as I said, staffing tumba kelide. Now let us see what are the process involved in this staffing. So if we say staffing, so we have all this process, nearly 8 steps in the staffing. Okay, now let us discuss all this step in details. Okay, first one is estimating the manpower requirement. Okay, so the first step, so you have to remember all these points. So first step in the staffing is estimating the manpower requirement. See, first of all, before getting into the staffing, first of all we have to see what is the requirement of the staffs in that particular organization, the number of staffs required. Okay, so that is estimating. So first of all we have to estimate the number of employees required in an organization. Okay, so for the new organization we require more number of employees. Okay, whereas for the existing organization we require the staff members depending upon the positions or new vacancies related to that. So first is estimating the manpower requirement. First of all we have to estimate ಎಷ್ಟು employees ಬೇಕು, ಎಷ್ಟು, for example 3 employees, 4 for this post, ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ. So that is estimating manpower requirement. So estimating in the sense, so the number of employees required, so that has to be estimated, and number as well as the type of the employees. What is this type of the employees? That is regarding the male or female, that is to be noted, because in some cases the organization, what they will do, they will prefer female organization, in some organization they will prefer male organization, likewise. And first of all we have to estimate the number of employees as well as the type of employees, because some organization, what they will do, they prefer the employees from the backward section of women's, mainly because to improve their organization reputation or to give the opportunity for women to work in the organization, likewise. So here first of all they have to estimate the number of members or a number of staffs required and the types of members required, that is male candidate or female candidate. So that is important, because once we have this estimation, so we can easily go for the next step. So that is regarding estimate the manpower requirement. For this, first what we have to do, we have to check the workload in the sense ಒಂದು ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಕ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಸೊ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್. ಸೊ ಇಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಕನ್ನು ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಸೊ ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಟಾಫ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತಾರೆ. Okay, likewise. So first of all that has to be done, estimating the manpower requirement. So here we have to see the number of employees required in the organization as well as the types of employees required in the organization. To calculate this we have to go for workload analysis. So once the workload is taken from the particular department, we can check that and based on that we can go for the estimation. So that is the first step. Hope you are clear with the first step, that is estimation of manpower. Because ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲದೆ ನಾವು ಹೇಗೆ ಅವರ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ರಿಕ್ರೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಈಗ 10 ಜನ ಬೇಕು, 5 ಜನ ಬೇಕು, ಎಷ್ಟು. So that count is very much important. So first of all what we have to do is we have to estimate the manpower requirement in the organization. Yes, we have estimated. Yes, naviga ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ, we have taken the workload analysis, we have checked, we have estimated the manpower requirement. Next what we have to do is we have to go for the next step, that is recruitment. What is this? Recruitment. What is this recruitment? So many of them, many of us, what we think is recruitment is we are posting or we are placing him into that particular position. No, see here recruitment means searching for the candidates. Okay, so searching for the candidates. So immediately first we will estimate ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಬೇಕು, we will estimate the number of employees and the types of employees. Immediately after that we will go for the recruitment. Recruitment is nothing but searching. ಅಂದರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ರಿಕ್ರೂಟ್ ದೆಮ್. ರಿಕ್ರೂಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಸರ್ಚ್. ಸೊ ಹೌ ಟು ಸರ್ಚ್? So recruitment, how to do the recruitment? See, in recruitment we have two types. Recruitment in the sense searching for the candidates. In the recruitment we have two types of recruitment: internal recruitment and external recruitment. Internal sources and external. Internal in the sense, so within the organization, that may be transfer or promotion, anything for that matter. So that is internal ರಿಕ್ರೂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಏನೋ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ವೇಕೆನ್ಸಿ ಇದೆ, ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ನಮ್ಮ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬರನ್ನು ಪ್ರಮೋಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಆ ಜಾಬಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂರಿಸ್ಬೋದು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರಮೋಷನ್. ಅಥವಾ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮದೇ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಡೆ ವೇಕೆನ್ಸಿ ಇದೆ, ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಕ್ರೂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ರಿಕ್ರೂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ವಿದಿನ್ ದ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ರಿಕ್ರೂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಬೈ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಪೇಪರ್ಸ್. We can yes, job vacancy, the advertisement in the paper or print media. It may be in the televisions, likewise. Okay, and campus recruitment. We can go for the different colleges, and there also we can go for the selection. Okay, and we can go for the educational institution. That is nothing but campus recruitment, or giving advertisement in the pamphlets. Likewise, so all these are types of recruitment. Okay, so the second step in the staffing process is recruitment. So recruitment is nothing but searching for the candidates. So here we are going to search for the candidate. So here in recruitment we have two types of recruitment, that is internal sources and external sources. Internal sources we have transfer as well as promotion. ಅಂದರೆ ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ವೇಕೆನ್ಸಿ ಇದ್ದರೆ ವಿದಿನ್ ದ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಫಿಲ್ ದಟ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್. So that is internal sources of requirement. Whereas external in the sense we will give advertisement or we will go for campus recruitment like print media, advertisements, etc. So that is the second step. ಈಗ ಇನ್ನೂ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ ಅಥವಾ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ಬಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಇಸ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎಸ್ಟಿಮೇಟೆಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ರಿಕ್ರೂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ರಿಕ್ರೂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಸರ್ಚ್. Now we have started to give the advertisements, everything. Okay, if internal sources, that is well and good, because within the organization itself we can fill that particular position. But external sources in the sense we have to give the advertisement for the people outside. Okay, yes, now we have started with the recruitment. What is the next step? Yes, next step is, third step is selection. So what is the third step? Selection. See, the important aspect is selection. See, after recruitment, we are going to search for the people and we have given the advertisement, likewise everything. After this recruitment we will get pools of applications. Namigenu barutte, the organization will get more number of applications. So selection is, what is this? Selection in the sense, out of that pool of application we are going to select the particular applicants. Okay, so particular applicants ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಪೂಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್, ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಸಾರ್ಟ್ ಔಟ್ the candidates, some of the candidates. Okay, for example, ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಎಜುಕೇಷನಲ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಲೆಕ್ಚರ್ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ nearly there is a vacancy of 2 posts, but we have received application for 40. So what we will do, out of that pool of application we will sort out, mainly basis of marks or any like net select exam pass ಆದವರಿಗೆ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ based on certain qualifications or certain criteria we will sort out the applications. Next what will we do? Yes, so we will call for the interview. Okay, so once we call for the interview, yes, they have to face the interview and there are various tests to be conducted. I'll discuss this in next class. ಅಂದರೆ ತುಂಬ ಡಿಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ನೋಡಲಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನಲ್ಲಿ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಸಾರ್ಟ್ ಔಟ್ ದ ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್, ವಿಲ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ, ವೇರಿಯಸ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫೈನಲಿ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಮೂವ್ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ದ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಅ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಡಿಡೇಟ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೈಲ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ದ ಕ್ಯಾಂಡಿಡೇಟ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಸಿ ವೆದರ್ ಹಿ ಈಸ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಡ್, whether he is talented, or we will see his approach, and based on that the candidate will be selected. Okay, so that is the third step in the staffing. So first one is we have to estimate the manpower requirement, and here we have to see the number as well as the type of persons required. And the second step is requirement. Once we have given advertisement everything, next what we will do? Yes, next we will see next we will go for the selection. It is also time consuming process, because out of that pool of application we have to sort out the applicants based on the different criteria, and we have to select the suitable candidate, and he has to be he has to done with the interviews or written test. He has to face the written test, everything. Finally with the results of that, with the results of his performance, whether he is selected or not ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಸೊ likewise the selection process takes place. So if he performs good and if he has a good skill or talent, so obviously he will be selected. So that is regarding the selection. Okay, next, placement and orientation. So after selection, so here the particular employee or particular person has been selected. Next what we will do, we will place him to that particular job. Okay, so placement andre making the person to place, or making the person to sit in his position, or avanige ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು, ಅವನಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. Because he has selected, now we are going to place him on the job. And orientation in the sense, so he is new to the organization, so he has to take around the organization, and he has to introduce to the other employees in the organization. So that is the next step. Okay, so after selection, once the employee is being selected, so immediately he has to be placed on the job, because ಅವನಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಆ ಜಾಬ್ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಜಾಬ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ಹಿಮ್ ದ ನೆಸೆಸರಿ orientation in the sense, because see when you are new to the organization, so you will be not aware of what are the things going on there, ಅಥವಾ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಹೊಸದು, ಅಥವಾ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಹೊಸತಾಗಿದೆ. So orientation in the sense, nothing but introduction. So here the employee will be taken around the organization, and he will be introduced to all who is working in the organization. So that is regarding orientation, placement and orientation. Okay, see, after this, now he is being placed. Next what happened? Training and development. What is this training and development? See, if the employee is being selected and if he is placed in the job, whether that it is enough? No. See, always a person, whether it is individual or who is working, he has to think of developing himself, or he has to reach the top position in the organization. So what is important? So he has to given with the proper training. Okay, so the training is very important, because he has to know how to work in the organization, because he is new to the organization. He don't know what is actually happening or what is the working condition. For that he can given with the on the job training or off the job training, it depends. On the job training andre he will be placed in the work and he will be given with the training, whereas off the job training in the sense he'll be like classroom lectures, he'll be made to sit in a room and he'll be oriented with the work. So ee ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Likewise, so training and development, because any employee who is new to the organization, he should know what is his work. Likewise, so he should be given with the training and development. What is this development? See, usually the managers or the top position employees, they has to be given with some of the ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು like ಒಂದು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಅವರ ನಾಲೆಜನ್ನು ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೋ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಗುಡ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ಸ್, ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಅಡಾಪ್ಟ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ನಾಲೆಜಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೋರ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ಹೊಸತನ್ನು ಕಲಿಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ದ ನ್ಯೂ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದೇರ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ದೆಮ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ದ ನೆಸೆಸರಿ sessions or likewise. So that has to be taken. So that is regarding placement and orientation. Okay, and training and development. Sorry. So placement in the sense, placement and the placing him in the job, and orientation in the introducing the particular employee. And next is training and development. So when the person is new for the organization, he has to given with the proper training as well as development. That is for the employees who are already working in the organization. Yes. Next is performance appraisal. Performance appraisal. What is this performance appraisal? See, once if the person is placed in the job, that is not enough. His performance has to be evaluated. That's how he is performing. So his performance has to be evaluated. So based on certain criteria, the performance appraisal will take place. Performance appraisal andre ಈಗ ದೋ he is new to the organization, ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗಿದೆ, after some time, so what he will do, they will set a standard and they will evaluate the performance, whether he is performing good. So in big companies there will be some rankings. Yes, ಈ ಥರ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ಇಷ್ಟು ಆಗೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎಸ್ ಇಫ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಮೋರ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಸ್, ದೇ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಈ ರೀತಿ. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ದೇ perform well, obviously they can move for the higher positions too. Okay, so that is performance appraisal. So how the performance is, how is the performance of that particular person, that is evaluated here, that is performance appraisal. So by setting some standards here, the performance of that particular person is evaluated. And next is promotion and career planning. Promotion and career planning. So it is not enough just performance is appraised. So we have to give them chance for the promotion, because we have to give the chance or the opportunity for them to grow, because in an organization there are various new projects, everything. So the employees has to be given with the chance to perform that, so that he can gain that skill, and even he can get the chance for the promotion. So manager in an organization, he has to motivate the employees to work for the organization, so that they will be having the promotions or necessary, and even they has to be motivated for the career planning too, because so once they are been into the job, even they have further they can improve their career for whatever the opportunities available, that has to be set, and they have to given with the opportunity for developing themselves, so that they can think of promotion or developing their career. Because ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಜಾಬ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಸೆಟ್ಲ್ ಆಗ್ತೀನಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಥಿಂಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ದೆಮ್ಸೆಲ್ಫ್, ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಥಿಂಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಡೆವಲಪಿಂಗ್ ದೆಮ್ಸೆಲ್ಫ್, ಸೊ ದಟ್ obviously they can have the chances of promotion, or they can improve their career. So that is regarding promotion and career planning. And finally, compensation. What is this compensation? Compensation is nothing but salary or wages. So whatever the work is being done, ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೋ, ಫಾರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ದ ನೆಸೆಸರಿ ಸ್ಯಾಲರಿ ಆರ್ ವೇಜಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಗಿವನ್, ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ದ ವರ್ಕರ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ feel motivated to work for the organization. Not only salary or wages, in some cases they has to be given with a bonus or incentives or some perks likewise, so that they will be feel motivated to work for the organization. So these are all the steps in the organization staffing process. So staffing process, so these are all the different steps. So the different steps or the different steps in the process of staffing is estimating the manpower requirement. First of all, we have to estimate the manpower requirement, ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಬೇಕು, the number of members required and the type of members required, that has to be estimated. Next is recruitment in the sense we are going to search for the candidates, searching of the candidates, that can be internal sources or external source. Internal source andre we can go for transfer, ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಇಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು, ನಮ್ಮದೇ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಇಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ಗೆ ಪ್ರಮೋಷನ್ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ರಿಕ್ರೂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. After recruitment we'll go for selection. So selection also includes various steps. So let us discuss in detail in the next sessions. Okay. So selection alli out of that pool of applicants we are going to select, we are going to sort out some applications based on some criterias. Okay. And finally we will do some interviews, test everything, and finally that candidate will be selected. And next is placement. He will be placed in the job and he will be oriented, because he is new to the organization, so he will be oriented to the organization. Next, training and development. So the employee require necessary training for his development. So that is training and development. And performance appraisal, always it is very much important, because if there is no performance appraisal, workers will be, they'll be not worried about their performance. So in order to improve their performance appraisal is very much important. And next is promotion and career planning. So the manager should motivate the employees towards promotion, because once they work based on their experience, they can have the promotion in the organization. For that also they have to be motivated. And career planning, they can improve themselves, ಅಥವಾ extra courseಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ extra qualification also can be added, so that they have balanced career as well as they can think of the promotion in the organization. And finally compensation is nothing but the salary or the wages that has to be given. So always the fair wages or salary or the bonus has to be given, so that workers will feel happy to work in the organization. So these are all the steps in the staffing process. Hope you have understood this. Thank you.